Hi everyone. We are here to show a quick demo of our live platform. This is an observability tool over Trino. So right now what we have is a Trino cluster with 3 active workers. Right now my co-founder will kick off some queries to simulate traffic from various users. Right now we've got Mary running another query. We got Robert running a query. So what we're seeing here is actually the open source Trino UI. So this is actually publicly available and free to use. But still, despite having a lot of insights, we think that there's kind of a lot of missing pieces here. The first thing being the overall cluster capacity and resource utilization. It's difficult to know from the open source UI whether you're being efficient or wasteful with your queries in terms of do you have enough machines running and do you have enough CPU available for your traffic. So here you can see the same thing. We have 3 active workers. You can see the uptime over the past 24 hours, as well as the max CPU. We can see again how many nodes are running at any given point in time, and how much CPU and memory they're using. One thing that's particularly exciting here is we can actually see who's running queries, and this is ranked by how much CPU they're using. So we can see that Mary's running queries that use a lot of CPU. Maybe Elizabeth ran more queries, but they might have been smaller. So this gives administrators clean visibility into who is using the cluster and how a resource is being used around the organization to make cost attribution, cost management, and general resource management a lot easier for administrators. Um, Down here, what we're seeing is actually a list of the currently active queries sorted by age. So here we can see that we actually have this particular query being the longest running one. And if we go back to the open source UI, we can actually see Mary's query running here. So this is live. And we can also go down to the active workers and actually see that the longest running query also happens to be the query that is taking up the most memory in each of the workers in the cluster. So there's always going to be a strong correlation between the query that's running the longest and the query that's taking up the most kind of memory utilization in any given machine. And so we built this UI to be incredibly opinionated and make it easy to surface bottlenecks in the system, so that if Mary's query continues to run for an hour while other queries are running for only a couple of minutes, we will easily be able to see that, and administrators will have the ability to kill queries to prevent noisy neighbor issues where Mary's query might actually block Robert and Elizabeth's usage of the cluster. So overall, we're building out this experience that makes it really easy to administer a system like Trino. Is a distributed system, and plan to expand this out for other engines and to provide additional access control features, make it easy to add plugins, and provide a SQL editor for analysts to come to the platform and have a better experience on that front as well.